hand clap. Where we at? We back at it on the mother freaky couch. This is what? Part 2 of the session. Hopefully you checked out part 1 and that's why you came back for the next part. And we about to do what? We about to jump back in it. I feel like my problem with asking for help, or like one of the issues, is I've always been able to dig myself out type thing. Mm-hmm. If I ever get myself in a hole, I've been able to push through and make something shake every single time. I've never necessarily just been stuck and never made it out. So it's like, well, shoot, if I did it before, I can do it again. And with that mindset, it just prevents me from asking for help. Not only that, but I think it's just the terminologies that I associate with myself. Like, I persevere type thing. Like, I get through, I make something shake. I'm motivated, I determine. Like, with those terms, like, I'm going to make something shake. I'm strong, I'm going to make something shake. I'm independent, you can depend on me, so I'm going to make something shake. But for me, like, none of those words, like, screamed to me that it was okay to get help type thing. Help, I associated that with a sense of weakness. And even though I say, like, I've made it through every single thing that I've been, like, put in, I've, like, overcome, like, every single obstacle type thing. So, like, why would I ask for help? Shoot, reflecting back, it's like, yeah, you did, but did you have to do it alone type thing? Like, what trophy did you get for making something shake? Like, what trophy did you get from going through hell and just overcoming? Like, there was no trophy. There was this brief recognition, if that, of your accomplishment, and that's it. But nobody ever says, like, congratulations, like, you did that by yourself. You did X, Y, and Z. You jumped through this hoop and blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, they don't know about none of that. But I know about that. Like, I know those feelings that I sat with, those feelings of being frustrated and those moments of feeling defeated and overwhelmed type thing. And yet still I'm looking around like, bro, like, why I have to do this by myself? Like, why I feel like I don't have no help, no support? Because I never really come across as though I need it. But I do. I just don't know how to ask for it. So I'd rather just put myself through hell to make something shake. So I don't feel like a burden to lighten the load for other people. But in that same token, it's like, I'm shortchanging myself type thing. I could have had more energy to do other things if I would have shared my load, would have asked for help.
For sure, definitely. And you actually really made me think of something that I really want to tell my younger self. But before I get to that, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of both of y'all. I love both of y'all because I've seen a lot of growth amongst y'all, and it's crazy because when you think back, it's like, man, we known each other for quite a minute. And getting to this point, and there's a lot of times where all of us, we've been on both sides, where it's like we rotated, like, needing help or being a help to someone else and giving help. So, and that's what it's kind of all about. For sure appreciate it. But I think I want to say that because I know what I'm about to say might be funny because it's funny to me. I would definitely tell my younger self, man, you're not that smart, bro.
What?
Because my problem was,
I know what you're doing.
My problem was I always tried to finesse things. Like when obstacles came, I didn't meet them head on. I was just like, got him.
What was that?
Like, got him. Got him.
Yeah,
got him. You thought you had me. I was just, I was avoiding things. I was paying attention to people's mistakes. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Like, I was doing all those things. You can't avoid everything. Some things you have to embrace. You have to meet head on. And you have to learn. As much as you think you're not like individuals, or you're not like the people you hang around, or you're not like your parents or your family, like a lot of the same habits, good and bad, they're going to go. But regardless, you could
with all of that.
It's like everything's gonna be passed down to you, and you have to. There's gonna be certain challenges, certain obstacles and tests that you must overcome in order to really work on those things. You can't avoid it. And that was my problem. I always think I can outsmart things. Like, I can get around it. You know what I'm saying? I can find a way out of the situation because of this and this. And nah, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. I had to really build up my inner strength, some real tenacity, some real courage, in order to fight through some real battles. So that's what I would definitely tell my inner self too. Bro, you're not that smart, bro.
Dude, I'm over here like thinking like I think, I did my session over self love. Like nobody ever really talked about what is that? It's just a word, something that you give type thing. But at the same token, I'm over here thinking like, did anybody ever teach you um about the concept of like help? Like it's okay to ask for it, and what is it, and what forms does it come in type thing? Because I think for the most part, I think people think of like help like in a financial sense type thing. But for me, I mean, yeah, that would be appreciated. But I think just feeling a sense of connection, like you don't have to move mountains for me. Just, I don't know, sit there, be present, or be a source that I can go through while I make mountains move type thing. Emotional support is just as beneficial as financial support. So I'm over here thinking like, at what point did I learn about help? Like, man, I don't know. I didn't really see people asking for help. It was just more so a thing of like, you got to get out there and get it. Like, that's how I was raised. Like, survival of the fittest type thing. And the fittest people, I'm like, do they ask for help? The smart people, uh, they probably do, but they probably be on like a low key tip. And I'm like, I don't recall being brought up like on a help tip that it was okay. And I think it's something that I'm trying to incorporate into my life now, but I'm at this old age, like 28. I mean, I'm only young and fine, you feel me? But it's like now I'm over here like, that might be something I actually want to implement type thing. Because I'm like, dang, bro, some of those situations I was in, was it even necessary? Like, what did it do for me type thing, like on a personal tip? I think having to make some shake all the time, that has been a part of me leaving pieces of me behind that wasn't strong enough to overcome. Like, oh, you got to sit down, you got to take a seat. All the strong pieces of me, let's go grab your things and let's keep it kicking type thing. All because I couldn't ask for help. I couldn't bring myself to it, because to ask for help, it kind of felt like I can't. And I'm like, dang, bro, what does it mean if I can't? I always get stuck on I can't. It's like, ooh, that feels like forever. It feels like a prison, like I'm in a mother freaking box. But nah, I should understand that it's not a I can't forever. I just can't right now type thing. Who I am right now, like, nah, I'm not equipped for that yet. Yet is the key word, sweetie. Like, I will get there. Will I get there by myself, or will I get there with the assistance of other people? Either way it go, I think the important part is that I got there type thing. So why not lighten the load?
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that, and I actually like what you've been doing lately. At first, I was a little thrown off, but like what
What you talking about?
I'm about to say.
Okay.
So what Miss Elise has been doing is she's been asking what certain things mean, like certain words that we hear, but we actually never get an actual concrete definition of it. You know how they always tell you like when you when you have a word and you try and describe a word or define a word, you can't use the word to define it, and most people will do that. Like certain things like help, respect, love, care, all those things like you,
Trust. Every single word,
yeah,
really.
all that is just like we think it's just like well, technically you would assume that it's like a part of your character and whatnot, but it's like well, how do you define it like to yourself? And I can't even. I'm telling you, I'm that's for y'all to y'all can do some homework and really start to do those things, man. How do you define help for yourself, and whatnot, but so where you are now, do you feel like you're more comfortable maybe asking for help if you're in this situation? Or I know because we talking about this, and you know what I'm saying we are, a little older now because we just talked to our, our past self.
Please don't
But
leave
yeah,
me crying. Please don't leave me. Um, nah, honestly, it's baby steps. I want to say the first time that I needed help, um, and I openly acknowledged that I needed help, I don't know if it went too well. And I say that because I was raised also on the tip of it's backwards. A closed mouth don't get fed, yeah?
Right.
But also, what goes on behind closed doors stays behind closed doors.
Right.
So it's like, well, I need help, but let me close my mouth. You don't need to know what's all going on. So that's how I get like closed into this way of thinking. Somebody needs to switch that up, okay? We all need a class. Scrap that, all right? Elaborate type thing. Make it okay. Fix it. Um, but yeah, I say that to say like, nah. First time I asked for help was, or one of the first times I can remember asking for help and feeling some type of way was when I was starting med school, and I tried to do that GoFundMe to get stuff like paid for type thing so I could like walk in and like not be stressed about the financial stuff and like, ugh, that didn't go too well. So I like toned it down a little bit and I was like, oh, back to making things shake for myself. But more recently, I did. And I want to say it was easy to ask for help because the individual that I asked for help from has been consistent since I've met them. Just asking me like, you good? Do you need anything? You need help? I got you. I'm here for you. And just sending me like little motivational tips here and there. I don't know if he listened, but I'm talking about Dr. Tucker. This is a person that I did my preceptorship with in family medicine in East Texas. Look at me advertising for my guy. If you need your help, check on it. You do health as well. Yeah. Pull up on Tucker Family Medicine in Lufkin, Texas. I am from East Texas, if you didn't know. But yeah, I really do appreciate them. So shoot, I thought about it. I was like, man, he always asks me for help, and I'm always saying no. I'm good. But stuff getting thick for me right now financially. So I reached out, and I ain't even try to fake it till I make it. He asked me what I needed, and I said whatever you can give without putting yourself in a sticky situation. And shoot, he high key paid for my exam. That exam is $645. The old me would be like, yo, like, let's go half so I can feel like I'm pulling some weight. But I'm like, sweetie, I don't know if it's because I'm realizing I'm 5'2" and 116. I can't pull no more weight. Like, I need some help around this mug. And he just slid in, like, we'll cover the whole thing. It's just like small things, but that's a big thing for me type thing. Yeah. Now, have I accepted it yet? Nah. I just asked for it, and I haven't actually went to actually go, like, receive it. So I'm noticing that, like, this is my second time asking him for help, and he said, yeah. The first time I didn't actually accept it. I just went ahead and took care of it. This time, I plan to go back and grab that, you feel me? But yeah, I think, long story short, nah, it's still a struggle for me to recognize when I need help. I'm just so used to having that feeling of like, whatever that feeling is, like, you know it, like, oh, I need help. But I don't label it that. I'm like, ooh, it's getting tight, it's getting thick. This about to make me equipped. I'm about to go through battle. I'm about to come out strong type thing. This is my opportunity to show face and show that I'm ready for whatever challenge. So I struggle with realizing when I need help. And something I would like to do is, before actually needing it, recognizing when I'm headed on that trajectory. So that way I can get assistance beforehand type thing. Or at least like line it up like, hey, I may need help around this time period or with this. And then also what type of help I need, whether it's financial need, a physical need, a emotional support, a spiritual need, like either or type thing. So recognizing it, acknowledging it, and then asking. And then my next step is actually accepting. It's hard for me to accept help without feeling like I owe,
Right. Definitely.
I don't know where they came from. You do for me, I do for you. That was probably that like trading when we was little. And then just watching how people move, like growing up, and then just some of my experiences, like actually getting help from people. It was always like strings was attached. Like, are you helping me for me? Or are you helping me for you?
Right.
Like, I don't like when my head be on a swivel, so that's one of the reasons why I don't ask for that, and because I don't want to feel weak. It's just multiple things at play that I be battling silently. But as of late, like, even when you ask me, like, hey, if you need help, I had to tell you, like, hey, man, if you help me, just know I ain't in the space to give it back. I'm just in the space to take right now type thing. Recognizing the space I'm in when it comes to help.
Right.
You?
I feel like I can't give. I don't like to use the word can't. Right now, where I am right now, the answer is to be determined. Only because ever since I made some changes and everything like that, I've been in a situation to where, like I mentioned before, I haven't had a bad day in my mind in the year 2022, and even before that. But I just say year 2022 because it's a fresh year, um, and I'm doing better. I've always been a proactive instead of a reactive person.
Yeah.
Um, so a lot of things are a lot more organized, and I'm trying to get more people involved in areas that, because in my mind, you tell me it's like it's nothing I can't do in my mind. Um, but I know even though I can do things, would it be more efficient if someone else does them? And if I ask that question and they say yes, then I'll reach out to somebody. And that's why I feel like it can be help. But sometimes it's hard to categorize that as help if they still get somewhat of something for it, maybe. Like sometimes I feel like at its root, help should be given without, with any expectation of something in return. So I can't really define it as me asking for help. Technically I am, because it's like I'd rather not do this and I know this is your alley. Would you be able to assist with this? But if I'm requesting their services and they're actually getting something out of it, is that really help?
I think so.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think it
But
has to be like 100% give and on the opposite end 100% take type of situation. It's a give and a take. I mean, even if you ask me for help and it's like my cup of tea, I think just at the like surface level type thing, to feel needed, to feel appreciated, like the recognition, like, oh snap, like you need me, you need like my help, like
right.
I'm qualified for that. Like even in itself, like that helps me. It helps me feel good. It helps me have like a sense of purpose, whether in the moment or in life type thing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in that case, I would say I am getting a little better. Because I mean everything y'all have seen in regards to the podcast outside of us, like everybody I reached out to was black or HBCU alums outside of like Rome from Dorantainment, who really helped. And shout out to Rome, because one time when I was cause I still haven't. I know people are gonna be maybe a little disappointed, but I haven't really locked in a therapist yet. I'm working on it still. It's in the progress. But I remember when I had reached out to Rome. I just sent him a voice message like, "Hey Rome, you know what I'm saying? Do you have any would you happen to recommend any like, you know, black therapists and whatnot?" Because in my mind, I'm like, a lot of people are doing therapy not in person anymore based off of what's been going on the last couple of years. And he actually, responded like, and I don't know why I didn't think he wouldn't respond, based off of that. But every time I've actually had a question and reached out to him or reached out to people have been giving me the answer. So it has been feeling good. Me not being in my head, it's like, oh, okay, instantly. Let me ask this person.
all right.
Let me ask this person, and they come back with the actual advice, or they tell me if they can or cannot help. I think that's really dope. So I think I have been getting better. Am I at my best? Nah, that's still to be determined for sure. But I like to think I'm working on it. Definitely. Um, that's really that was really a little heavy. You got any other things you wanna talk about before we check the mailbox? I know we kind of probably approaching on time.
That time.
Yeah.
I don't really have too much type thing. I would just say I'm open and honest that I struggle with asking for help. That has been a thing that has been really heavy, like in my past. And right now, while I'm in the present, I'm actively working on like being okay with the fact of like that I do need or that I want it. 'Cause sometimes I don't need it. Like I can make something shake type thing. But being open to allowing other people to be present and to be a part of my journey and like not labeling myself as like weak or a burden type thing. I'm really actually excited to see what it's gonna look like on the latter end type thing, like who I'm going to become, like the places or the doors or the spaces that I will be welcome into. I think it's gonna be Mad dope. But I think this is a session that I'll probably actually end up jumping into, like on a personal note, like how I did like self love. Just talk about my struggle with asking for help, doing a little deeper dive type thing.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And when you said that, I just wanted to kind of be a little transparent with the whole mellow makeover thing. It's because I feel like a lot of the challenges I had, like when I started doing the push ups and all those other things, a lot of it I was going through mostly kind of with myself, like being accountable for myself. I did vocalize things I was doing, and then I had my some people join in every now and then on certain things. What I'm going to enjoy most about the Mellow Makeover Challenge is the fact that it will be individuals there, and so it's more so forcing me to be more accountable if I wasn't already. It's like to the max, and I have all the confidence in the world in myself, but sometimes when it's those little moments, because it is gonna be over 45 days, so there's gonna be times where it's like, man, it's gonna get heavy, just like my 75-day challenge is gonna be heavy. But if I, having individuals there along, the journey, and me forcing myself, because what I'm gonna do actually on the IG page is every day I'm gonna post on the story, checking in from where I'm at.
Hold this dude accountable.
Yeah, so it's gonna be forcing me to be accountable, but also hopefully, making you accountable too with whatever goals you have set, and whatnot. So.
Okay. I say for the last tad bit, we always gotta leave you with something. My moment of transparency. Hopefully, it helps somebody else who possibly struggles or is also on the journey of trying to better themselves type thing and actually seeking out assistance. I think the first thing to recognize is the fact of like, yeah, you're just a person, but you're not here by yourself. It is okay to ask for help. It does not make you weak. All right. Like you are very much so deserving of any assistance that the universe can give you, whether it's through people, an environment, a space. Like you don't have to do anything alone type thing. Like, yes, it might feel like a battle, but sweetie, other people ready, they got their weapons. You never really know. And if you like me and you expect help to come from like a certain group of people, open up your space, sweetie. Open up your space because there is a whole bunch of people in this world, in this universe, who is ready and willing to help you. But you don't know until you open up the door and acknowledge the fact that, hey, I need help. And then, accept the fact that you need it. And then what you do with that, you ask for it. Not only do you ask for it, but you have to accept the help that is given to you. It'll become easier over time. In the beginning, it will not be. It will definitely be a challenge type thing. But that's with anything. It's kind of like practice. Who's with you when you're shooting in the gym? If you don't open up the door, then nobody will be type thing. Open up the door. Allow people to come into practice. Allow people to help you develop that jumper. Get in there and get the win as a team. So, join the kid. Anyways, I think we have reached our final segment. What's good? What's up? It's that time.
Time to check the mailbox. You know what I'm
saying? Come on, use your toe to kick that over here. Oh, she 5'2". We on the same note. Here we go with this coin, y'all.
Tag in Siri.
Hold on, let me hit a note. I'm just playing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, hit it.
Hit the note or hit Siri?
Hit the note. Hit both of them. I'm tired of this.
Siri. Ooh.
Oh, we can make up a song.
We you know what I'm saying? We on schedule. Maybe one time, man. Hey Siri.
Come over here.
I almost did it again. What? Am I choosing this song or you choosing?
What?
We gotta say heads or tails.
You can pick.
Oh,
you
tails.
can pick.
I'm choosing tails. Then y'all know, just in case y'all didn't hear me. Hey Siri. Flip a coin.
I've been waiting on you at the door.
It's heads.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh my God.
My bad, Mike.
Shoot, I can hit you when you ain't gotta check the mail. I got one for you.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
You should have put it in the box. Question. These little gold card is really dope, man.
This elevator music, you ruined it.
That's on me. Yeah, people be talking. People really don't be talking in the elevator.
I be singing in the elevator.
This is a hard question.
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
It says, how would you describe the concept of time to someone from a different planet? If y'all didn't watch the episode, we talked about
he gonna cry in the car.
a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Go back then, man.
Ew.
Oh yeah, y'all may have heard.
Yeah, I hear I'm Lola clearing her nose.
You gonna be hearing that with her mic on.
She can smell real good.
We're gonna have to. That's too deep. That's too deep of a question.
Okay,
man.
babe. Well, go ahead and take my dare.
No, I'm not taking your dare.
Why?
No.
I'm too eager.
Yeah. What? Oh, bet. Okay, yeah. You do this one. Nah. If I was explaining it to someone else, I mean, honestly, if they're from a different planet, they probably know more than me, so I'd be listening to them. I'm pretty sure they can break down time better to me than I could to them. Cause I feel like we're gonna have a debate. Cause I'm telling them, man, time don't exist. And they gonna speak. Well, they probably can speak English. That's why I said it's gonna get too deep.
Did my dare, bro.
It's gonna get too deep because
Well,
I don't know.
then
Because
go ahead,
people believe in different things. I still answer the question now. I still answer the question. How would I describe it? I'm gonna say it don't exist, and I'm gonna wait for their rebuttal. And then we gonna go into it, man. I'm gonna be listening to them though, because they'll be able to describe it to me. For sure, man. But if I don't know what y'all believe in, man, but definitely do your research, man, at all times. For sure, for shizzle.
All right, cut that. Speaking of cut that, go ahead and bring us to an end.
I mean, you brought it in.
I brought it in. Let me go ahead and end this session for us. So hopefully you enjoyed this session. I don't know where you are, type thing. You on the beanbag? Did you get a beanbag yet? I don't know. You might be chilling on the couch. You might be in the car. You might be sitting at the desk. I don't know where you are. Are you on lunch break? Because I be doing this on lunch break. Anyways, wherever you are, I hope you appreciated the session. And if it's something in particular in which you like to listen to us talk about, drop that in the comments below, type there. But once again, we appreciate you for coming into space and doing what? Kicking it with the kid and the one and only type thing. This ain't no late night show unless you listening to it late at night.
Yeah,
He gonna give you late night vibes. Ooh,
listen.
Deep radio. But yeah.
107.5.
Thanks for coming through, Kicking It with the Kid. You are listening to Kicking It at Mellow, and it's your girl Ashley Elise.
It's the one I gotta do it. We need y'all, man. We need y'all to like up the video. You know what I'm saying? All that YouTube stuff. Like she said, drop your comments below. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you listen to audio podcasts. Hey man, we mess with y'all, man, on Facebook, Stitcher, Google. No, not Google yet. Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Yeah, all those, man. We appreciate all y'all that listening. You know what I'm saying, and all that, man. But yeah, like she said, but she wrapped it up beautifully. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Amalola too. Mike coming soon. Was here. Amalola coming soon.
But yeah, you can find us on social media. My personal is Ashley Elise __, and my guy is
Brandon _Division. It'll be in the box.
All right. Until next time, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. When I get real fine, I ain't gonna pay them no mind. Right. Because I'm on my way. My trajectory to thickness is coming, sweetie. We should just start doing that, period. Oh, I'm a little you ashy. I'm really cute. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself that, you know? And I believe that wholeheartedly. I'm a beautiful person. And y'all do alright. But me?
You see how she do y'all? Can't believe she talked to y'all like that. I wonder how many people actually watch these. I know Carrie do.
I don't know. They probably don't even know you look at the end.
I think when they go, They probably not gonna. Well,
So good day to
I know that. I know that was loud, bro. Off top. I know that was loud.
touch me, baby. Y'all want to sing a song like a choir?
No.
No?
Y'all can sing.
She go that wagon.
You know.
See how you jump it in?
You know that wagon dragon, the wagon dragon, oh that wagon dragon, the wagon.
Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot.
We gonna get ready to
I see